Here I am, here I is. Man, let me see if I can. I know y'all thinking, damn, Jeff Clayton shit out. I'll just figure it out for you. Come on. But to do it before I go on, I'd have to go live. Let me figure. Oh, boy. Oh, here we go. There we are. There we are. All right. Welcome to another thrilling episode of Break On Through. With me, your host, the long-haired weirdo, the unimpeachable president for life, Jeffrey K. Clayton. And this is my program. I did this program as a response to us being unnecessarily made to be locked in our homes and not able to go anywhere and eat stuff for close to a year. Ridiculous. Y'all gonna do it again? I'm not. Anyway, man, I'm going to jump right in with what y'all want to hear about. I know y'all want to hear about Beer Olympics 2024. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, it was a very, very good time. If you missed it, well, you missed it. That's all I can say. And, all right, this here's something, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way, too. When Antiseen came on, keep in mind, we met with no rehearsal. And, just today, I started thinking about what could have gone wrong, and I know what it was. We started with a song that only starts with Walt on guitar, and then we all kick in together. We shouldn't have done that. We should have come out to a loud, thundering noise, talking into the microphones so that we could have discovered that right when we walked out there was nothing in the monitors. Nothing. But being the professionals that we are, man, here's what it was like. It was like the death train was in a winding mountain range, and man, it jumped the track. It jumped the track and went straight down through the wooded area, hitting the rocks, and you're thinking, well, damn, that's it. The death train has jumped the track. It's over with. No. When the death train is a fine-tuned, finely oiled machine, excuse me, folks, we were able to jump back on the track as if nothing ever happened, with only a few bumps in the road, and then from there on, smooth sailing. And we gave one of our award-winning performances, ending the show with playing for the first time ever in front of a live audience, Bad Street, USA. Since we were in Atlanta, Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Bad Street in the whole USA. Bad Street, nasty and hot. The further down the block you went, the badder it got. Matthew Scott asked, why did you delete me from Facebook? It's something I've never been able to understand. I don't know, Matthew Scott. I don't know. I have to... I don't know what to tell you. Nothing personal. But we did such a great job on Bass Street USA. By the time I got home, Monday morning, even on Labor Day, just try to understand the gravity of that. On Labor Day, there was a couple sacks full of cards and letters telling how it changed people's lives, how some people were planning on naming their firstborns Bad Street. And so there you go. A little rough start, a gigantic smooth ending. Oh yeah. Now the night we played, we saw some great bands. Violent Way from Buffalo, New York. We even discussed strategy with these guys of maybe coming up their way and hosting a few hoedowns up around their edge of town, maybe into the Midwest. What do y'all think of that? We also got to see Ox Blood, who were very impressive. And the one that that wrapped up the entire package of the weekend was the Anti-Heroes. Man, they were incredible. Incredible band. It was a great honor to share the stage with everybody, actually. It was a really good time. Everybody was cool. Everybody seemed to get along great. And the night before, we went the night before just so we could sleep all day and not have to drive on the day we play, because that's kind of detrimental to us. But anyway, the night before, man, we saw the Lower Class Brats. Now, they've been friends of mine for a long, long time. I saw those guys when they were first forming in Austin, Texas. Ron Martinez goes back a long way with Antiseen. He's the bass player. He's also in Final Conflict. And it was great to catch up with those guys again. And man, they had just come back from a stretch in Europe, and you could tell it, because they were as tight as a snare drum in the South Carolina sun. I'm telling you. Great. And then we got to see, man, I don't know how many times I've seen Negative Approach at this point, but man, I think Saturday night might have been one of the best times I've seen them. They always deliver with that same intensity. So it was a great time. Oh, and Antagonizers ATL really put on a great energetic show. We've shared the stage with them before in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we also had discussions with them about sharing stages down here in the Southland. Man, we're all about bringing the people what they need to see, what they need to hear. Which will bring me to what we're going to be doing in October, November. November 30th, we will be at Bears in Shreveport, Louisiana, bringing along our main Mangs, Josephus, and the George Jonestown Massacre. I prefer to say Cree, like Joey Ramone and Chainsaw, but I don't want to have people calling them that because they heard me call them that. So, Massacre. They're going to be playing all 4 shows with us. And there will be locals opening the shows. I'm not sure who's going to be with us in Shreveport, opening up the curtain. But in Austin, Texas, Halloween night at the Sagebrush. Man, it's going to be Halloween night. Halloween in Austin, Texas. What do you think that means? Do you think that means any Rocky Harrison songs? Do you think that's what it means? Because I'm thinking you might be right. You may be right. There may be some Rocky songs. But it might not be the ones that you are looking for. Now, you know we can dig deep. Oh, yeah. But in Austin, in addition to us and Josephus, you will also get to see Sabbath Crow. Sabbath Crow is going to be there. They're going to open up the curtain. They're going to start the rocking, and we ain't going to stop until everybody drops one more time to get up and hop, and then it'll be out the door on Halloween night in Austin, Texas. Then on November 1st, we go back to the great city of San Antonio, Texas, where along with Josephus, we will play with our long-time tag team partners and partners in crime every single time, Rancid Vat. And by the time I start pushing these shows into October, I will know the name of every band that's playing. I know there's a band playing after us, and I do not have that in front of me at this moment, but I will have that soon. Can you dig it? The next night, the last night, will be in Lafayette, Louisiana. Now, the last time I was in Lafayette with Louisiana, it was with Antiseen and Cocknoose in 1992. And that was a mess. Maybe we'll play more than 6 or 7 songs this time. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good old time. Nah, nah, nah. Gonna have a good time. I know you're thinking, what damn, Jim Clayton, you're talking about 4 shows coming up. There's got to be something. There is something else. December 7th, 2024, a day of infamy, when Antiseen plays the Milestone in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm going to tell you guys what, we got something planned for you. Oh, yeah. Guess who we got coming in? Well, you don't have to guess. I'm getting ready to tell you. Dallas Tetanus. Dallas Tetanus, long-haired weirdo recording artist. Dallas Tetanus. My little brother, Greg Clayton, former drummer of Antiseen, man. Bring your Antiseen stuff to get Greg to sign it. He'll sign it. You can buy some Dallas Tetanus 2 7-inches, 1 full-length LP and CD, which I'll have that LP soon, and you can get some from me. It's not on Long Haired Weirdo Records, but the 2 EPs are. Long Haired Weirdo 07, 008. There they are. In your very hand, you can hold them. You can take them home. You can play them. Well, they have the Clayton boys. What? It's just like a tag team match and shot? No. We brought in special reinforcements. Now, these folks, they ain't going to just open the curtain. They're going to rip the curtain down, put it through a wood chipper, and have the pieces coming out on the other side catch on fire. Because I'm talking about none other than Mobile, Alabama's favorite sons and daughter future hate, playing for the first time ever in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City, the Milestone, the legendary Milestone. Antiseen cut their teeth here. Jeff Clayton saw punk rock live for the first time ever right there. Black Flag Damage Tour, 1981. I was as green as the grass of home. By the time I got through watching that, well, I was a different color green. I tell you, I'd never seen nothing like that before, but I haven't seen a whole lot like that since. Man, I'm telling you, simply jumping around and shaking your head does not an intense environment make. I saw a group one time open for Joan Jett called the Riverboat Gamblers, and man, you would have thought someone told them, okay, go out there and all of you do every rock pose you've ever seen and do calisthenics while you're doing before aforementioned rock poses, and don't stop the entire show. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess some people like that. Oh man, they were really good. I mean, yeah, okay. It's not that they were a bad band. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying there's a certain way when you can look at a band and tell they're going through the motions versus they really feel what's happening. And I mean that for ourselves too, man. Like sometimes we are just, we put it in drive and go, you know, but then sometimes, like the last time I can think of it was in York, Pennsylvania, man. We were hitting on all the cylinders. We could, you know, that was like the last of a, 3 or 4 show run. And we were, that comes through repetition and when it becomes second nature. Unfortunately, us living so far apart, we're not able to hone in the craft as much anymore, but things are going to be changing for that soon. Like as soon as Malcolm becomes a North Carolina citizen, I'm thinking that's when we'll go up and do a little run with Violent Way, so that so Malcolm can go right back up north. Malcolm is cussing me right now if he happens to be watching. Nah, Malcolm loves to play. He don't care where it's at. But I mean, I saw Black Flag a lot back in the 80s. Because like I probably told this before, but man, there was a run that the bands used to do, that the underground bands used to do. They could play Raleigh, Durham, or Chapel Hill, or Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. Then they come down the road a little bit, they hit Greensboro. Then they could come down the road a little bit more, they hit Charlotte. Then they could go down the road a little bit more and hit Columbia, South Carolina. Then Charleston, South Carolina. Man, and there were a couple of times, man, there were bands we loved so much that we would follow them on them runs, man. But I'm not quite sure what point I was getting at, but yeah, you don't really have that anymore. Not down here. Charlotte is kind of like the it used to be a secondary market. I don't even think it's a secondary market anymore. I'm not saying anything bad about any of you clubs, any of you promoters, anything. I'm just saying that's just the way it kind of worked now. But I don't know, maybe something will pick up one day. The point is, we don't have a medium-sized hall like that's not, completely corporate run. Tremont was the perfect club for a city the size of Charlotte. 2 rooms, a smaller club, a bigger club. Everybody came to Charlotte then. Everybody. I mean, not just, of the punk rock variety. I'm talking, man, except played Tremont. Okay? And you heard my good friend George South last week talking about the Juggalos. Man, all those bands played Tremont. I was doing security at that time. Yeah, I think I told you. I really earned my bread those nights. It was rough. But yeah, I would go see Black Flag. Now I'm back on track. Now, see, I jumped back on the track. I ran off a little bit. But now I'm back on the train track. Running down the road, flirting with disaster. But we'd see Black Flag. You know, all of a sudden, especially when they started coming around, you know, for my war, slipping in. And I think after that, I kind of just stopped going. I think maybe I saw them the last time they toured as a unit. When they had the big wall of sound PA. Honestly, by that time, I was more impressed with Gone, who opened the show, Greg Ginn's band, than I was Black Flag. But nothing can take away from them what they did in the beginning, though, I'm telling you. I don't know if anybody saw my post on my page today, but I want to elaborate a little bit about something that happened to me and the First Lady yesterday. Well, you know, we did the all-night drive home. And I came home and got a couple hours sleep before little Coleman came in and insisted that Pawpaw would get up, play Ultraman with him. But the First Lady and I, we always try to take Sunday to be our day. So we went, got an early dinner, and went to the movies. We went to see Reagan at AMC 22 down here on South Boulevard. I don't know what time it was, 3:55, something like that. Well, we walk up to the theater, and we're looking at it, and man, and yeah, this is more of that back in my day stuff, so go ahead and get used to it. But when you walked up to the movie theater, it used to look like you were getting ready to do something special. You know, the logos of the movies all lit up in the window, you know, with the times, the ticket booth, you know, the ladies talking to you through the microphone, the tickets coming out, all that stuff. They had 2 big ticket booths. Man, I don't think they've used them things in 10 years, maybe more. But the whole front of the place looks like an abandoned building. Like there's no bright lights out there. There's it says AMC, you know, up there, but you'd have to get underneath there to look and see that. And we're just like, man, this place looks like the first few frames of posters, there was nothing in them. And they weren't lit up, you know, nothing. And I was just like, oh, boy, this is, I just kind of let it go. But, so instead of taking my torn ticket to show the man at the door that I wasn't trying to get in for free, I had to take my phone and get a barcode scanned. And so we look up at the concession stand, and there's 2 people working it on a Sunday afternoon. There's a good bit of people there. The parking lot's packed. Most of them were probably in their movies at the time, but those lines were building, man, and I told the First Lady, I said, go on up there and, you know, get in line. And they formed 2 lines. They had no, like, way of making it obvious how they wanted you to form. And they were just calling people, hey, what do you want? And, okay, here we go. I'm going to be completely transparent with you. Everyone's got to be transparent in 2024. Well, that's me. I'm Mr. Transparency. We're sitting there, we're standing there, and I'm waiting. And man, I'm always looking at the clock. And there was a group of black ladies beside of us, like we were separated by a candy stand. Like, man, I don't want these employees doing anything. You got to do it all. all they'll do is scoop some popcorn in a bucket for you, hand it to you, and then hand you a large cup. That's what they'll do. That's the extent of it. And one of them came open, and I start walking on up there. Oh yeah, ain't nobody getting ready to jump. I'm gonna go. Rebecca goes, hold on, and she says to the clerk running the register, they were here before me, and so they went over there, you know, and they start ordering, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is gonna take forever. And much to my surprise, we were next to the guy on the right. So we were on the left side of the line. We go over there, and we order it. We we'll have a large popcorn and a large drink. All right. That'll be. Well, man, he don't even get out the price. I didn't know how much it was. And one of those ladies came over there with her debit card, put it in the machine, and says, I'm paying for this. And man, I'm in shock. I'm just like, huh? And the first lady, Rebecca, you know, of course, is delighted and being very, very sweet, very, very grateful. And I just, you know, kind of going like, wow, well, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I'm still kind of, my good friend Jeff Williams on my post said, I've been looking for candid cameras. I think maybe that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, we're being filmed and they're looking at my crazy reaction. I'm going, look at this boomer. Don't even know how to be when somebody's nice to him. But, so the two ladies hugged. The first lady said, God bless you. The other lady's like, thank you so much. And we were just like, you know, I put my money back in the pocket. And I was like, well, that was really, really nice. And I guess because I didn't know how to react, it's because I was still very tired. I'm still very tired today, man. The old working class routine really did a power bomb on old JC today, boy. But you know how it is when you get a day off, then you pay for it. Well, I paid for it, and I'll be paying for it tomorrow too. But it was just I don't know, man. Things have been happening to us like that. A lot of things, not just in movies, but a lot of things. And I know some of you will think, oh, damn, old JC's gone crazy. I attribute it to giving credit and praise to the higher power. I really do. I really think that those are the small blessings that you get in life sometimes. And so we go to sit down, and you know, I thought I picked two seats, and no one else had picked near. But we get there, and there's a elderly couple sitting right beside us. And I usually don't like to be the guy that sits beside the people if that happens, because sometimes I kind of make people nervous. But I don't know. They didn't seem too nervous. So I just put the drink down in the little cup holder, and I'm like, hello, how you doing? And the lady was like, hey, how are you? I said, I'm fine. And I sat down, and I'm ready to settle down and see a movie about Reagan. And all of a sudden, the guy leans over and says, so are you going to buy our refreshments too? And I just looked at him like, I didn't quite know what to say. And a part of my mind was going, well, I don't know, maybe I should, after what just happened to us. But they're sitting there with a big old thing of popcorn and a couple drinks and stuff. I just kind of laughed it off, and you know, and when I'm walking around sleep deprived, I guess I could be somewhat amusing. I like being on point, but I was not on point yesterday. But we sat down, we're watching the previews for the movies, man, and we noticed preview, like the First Lady and I, man, we used to go to movies all the time. We don't go to movies much anymore because there is just not much coming out we want to see. And we have a rating system for the previews. Now, usually don't take long for the rating system to go into effect. We watch, you know, we're sitting there looking. We don't even look at each other. We just go. Most of these were so bad they didn't even get that. I was just so tired I didn't feel like giving them a raspberry. They didn't even get a raspberry. There was one movie that did look good, though. A movie with Kate Winslet. I don't remember the name of it. I think it might be called Emma. But it was one of two 1940s Germany films. But this one was about the woman that was allowed to go behind the line and photograph stuff. And apparently from the previews, man, it did a number on her. And I don't know, it looked pretty good. I don't think I'd go to the movie and see it. I think I'll wait till it comes on Prime or Max or something. But the other one was a movie that had a kind of a theme that seemed to me like it was like, see, you can have a nice life and fall in love and everything in a concentration camp. I'm just like, I don't know, man. This seems like they're getting ready, trying to get the population ready for something. That's where my mind was going. But I was just like, okay, whatever. Yep, that's what we need. More Holocaust films. But, I don't know. I don't watch nowhere near the amount of movies I used to watch anymore. Because I just, I guess honestly, I don't like a large majority of what's coming out. I tried to watch one thing new because I heard so many people raving about it, and that was Terrifier. Man, I got through about 15 minutes of it, and I was like, I ain't watching this. This doesn't interest me in the least. You getting something in your old age there, old JC? Well, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'm getting more selective in what I want to have my eyes look at for an hour and a half. Or 2 hours and a half, as the case may be. Clint Zilla says he's so sick of Marvel movies and gave up. Man, look, you want to talk about giving up on Star Wars? You know when I gave up on Star Wars? After the third one. What was that? Return of the Jedi? That's when I was done. I have not seen any of the movies. I did take the First Lady to see one when, after decades of nothing, they started throwing them out, like putting out one every couple of days. She wanted to see one, and I took her, but I don't remember a thing about it. Nothing. I don't remember anything about it. Hey, Cranky Ramon's joining us here tonight. Hey, Cranky, I guess we're going to see you soon, huh? So, speaking of movies, though, as soon as I can get outside and film a little intro video, we're going to have Beowulf and Macbeth are going to debut on the Antiseen Facebook, YouTube page. Clintonzilla's the man. The man who controls all that. He's got more in the stall, man. We're gonna have a release day, and we're gonna release so much good content all in one day. Oh man, some of it we fear we may get blocked on, but if it happens, it happens. It'll shine when it shines. That's all I gotta say. But Cranky says he mostly sticks to the classic. Yeah, me too. Man, if it wasn't like, I'm even too out of control to just sit there and do any television stuff. I don't even watch the DVDs anymore. Sometimes I watch them in here if I'm doing some work. I got a little portable player and I play them in here to watch. But man, if it wasn't for Tubi, I wouldn't watch anything. And man, Tubi, if you want to know, damn, what's Jeff Clayton like? Go to Tubi and go to Black Cinema. Some of the horror stuff. If it's from 1985 back, I more than likely like it. And know something about it. 2000s up. I don't know what you're talking about. Kelly Hellstrom, now didn't you go see Morbius in the theater? That was after Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was good. Brad Mullins, you know I can watch Petey Wheatstraw any time of day, any day of the week, day or night, whether it's wrong or whether it's right. You can put on Petey Wheatstraw and I will more than likely be your captive audience for at least an hour and 30 minutes. I love me some old Rudy Ray Moore films. I would like to say, I would like to give a plug to some friends of mine, and very soon, I'm going to have them both right here on Break On Through. There's even discussions about doing it live from their new business. I'm talking about in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. A curiosity shop called Kingdom Corner, run by my good friends Steve Wenzel and Trip McNeil. Man, they have bought collections from myself, Jeff Williams, Barry Hannibal. You didn't know Barry Hannibal had a collection, did you? He didn't either until he started looking for it. And God, who else? Lots of folks around here have been clearing out their collections. But man, the store is looking great. My good friend Jeff Williams painted a Joey Ramone mural from Road to Ruin right there in the store. You can go get your picture made with Joey. A life-size Andre the Giant cutout. All kinds of great stuff. So if you're ever in the North Carolina or the Charlotte area, if you come down to see us at the show in December, make sure to make a stop by Kingdom Corner either the day before the show, the day of the show, or the day after. I'm sure you're going to find something you dig in there. There's going to be in stores. And what could that mean, you may ask? Well, one I know for a fact, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but you were probably talking about George Sal. I know of one more, but I am at not liberty to discuss it until details are more forthcoming. I know it. Well, y'all, that about wraps it up for me today. I know it was a little just a conversation, strictly pretty much tonight, but I did get some great top 10 ideas. Callie Hellstrom sent me a very impressive list. I've gotten some more ideas. I think I'm going to approach some of those ideas, especially as we get closer to the Halloween season, because they're kind of themed like that. And I was talking to the head honcho at TKO Records today, and I was not able to get out any ETA information about false count anywhere on vinyl. So as soon as I know something, you'll know something. But I'm thinking we're going to see it in September. That's what I'm thinking. I'm believing that. I'm believing that we're going to see it in September. Well, man, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came out to the Beer Olympics this weekend. Thanks to every band that played. Thanks to the people who put it together. Thanks to the Masquerade for being so good to us. Thanks to my bandmates, the Road Dogs. And thank every one of you for coming and sitting with me for a little bit on this Tuesday evening. It felt like a Monday, though, didn't it? Amy, did you get your package yet, your box? Let me know. But, hey, man, I hope you all have a great week. It's a short week. It's a short week, and so I hope all of you aren't bogged down for taking a day off like I am now. But thank you, everybody. Thank you. Everyone's saying great show. Man, I enjoyed talking to you. And remember, feel free at any time to hit me up on my personal page with Messenger and give me any ideas or topics you would like to hear me talk about. Even if I've talked about them before, man. It's been, I don't know, what are we going on, 4 years now? And so if we have to revisit something, old JC is gonna jog that memory and get some more details out. I've been talking to somebody was talking to me recently, and I was just like, man, I wish there was a way that I could tape that when people sometimes interview me, man, just like talking, and the questions just come, and they're such good questions that I would never think to bring up on my own. And I'm just like, man, I wish, I could. That's why I had people interview me, but I'd like to have more guests on here, not just to interview me, but just so we could have a conversation and maybe hear about some stuff. We tried to do the thing where someone joins the video before, but that didn't seem to work out very well. I tried to get Malcolm on, and we couldn't hear each other. So I don't know. I mean, look how many years you had to watch, and everything was backwards. Clintonzilla says 228 episodes. Man, you can listen to me for a little over 200.5 hours. 228 hours of listening to me talk. Man, that could be a new torture tactic for POWs. We're gonna pipe this through your cell for 24/7. No, you ain't, man. I'll tell you anything you want to know, Hoss. All right. But Listen, we had a great weekend, and man, there's more shows coming up. We're looking forward to having a great time, going down the road, meeting you all, sitting down, chewing the fat with you a little bit, and then playing a little song or two, doing a little dance. And so, thank you. And everyone have a great week. Have an even better weekend. And I will see you all right here next Tuesday. Right here on Break On Through. God bless you, everyone.